Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Okay, they're at the jail. Sir, are you Tyler Hassel?
Sure am, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll go on the record now. This is Hassel versus Bergman. This is file number 1716873 DC. The record should reflect that Mr. Hassel is present today by video from the Otsego County Jail. We have Ms. Krause present on behalf of friend of the court. Looks like Ms. Bergman's also present by Zoom. Mr. Hassel, you're before the court today for an arraignment on a bench warrant regarding the failure to pay child support. Do you understand why you're before the court today?
Well, actually, Your Honor, I'd like to correct you so that for legal purposes, I'm actually have a warrant for failure to appear. A year ago, I missed the court date. I called front of the court and I notified them that I made an honest mistake and I got my dates mixed up, and that I asked if we could reschedule the court date. They proceeded to try to extort me for money and tell me that if I gave them $3,000, they would drop the warrant. I told them I didn't have $3,000. So I was forced to take it to a higher level to have everything investigated. I actually am not my warrant is not for failure to pay child support. My warrant was for missing a court date.
That's correct. And the purpose of that court date was an allegation that you had failed to pay child support and that you did fail to appear for that show cause hearing on November 4th. So yes, the bench warrant was for your failure to appear at that November hearing. And that hearing was, you were ordered to appear for that hearing to show cause why you hadn't paid child support.
You guys were actually garnishing my paycheck and cost me my job. You guys came to my work and harassed me and got me fired.
Okay.
While you were garnishing my paychecks.
Okay. Ms. Krause, where does this file stand now since this warrant was issued over a year ago? Can you tell me where things stand right now?
Yes, the plaintiff support obligation is $883. The arrears balance currently on this specific case is $33,302.56. There is no order addressing overdue support. Since the bench warrant had issued, payments in the amount of $2,732.81 had been received. A breakdown of those payments was from December of 2024, $1,133.90 was received in December of 24, $895.34 was received in January of 25, $572 was received in February of 25, and then March, $131.57. Those payments then stopped. A non-voluntary payment was received in August of 25 in the amount of $125.69.
Okay. And so how did the friend of the court want to proceed today?
Friend of the court would request a hearing to address the issue of contempt as identified in previous orders and for the time period since the bench warrant issued.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Hassel, I'm not going to impose any additional penalties on your failure to appear at that November 4th hearing. But essentially what we're going to go forward with today then is this issue of non-payment of support. So you're, Ms. Krause, you're asking for a finding of the contempt for non-payment of support. Is that what friend of the court's position is at this point?
Yes.
Okay. Has Mr. Hassel been found in contempt previously?
He has not. This would be the first finding, which could be subject to up to 45-day commitment to jail.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Hassel, the proceeding here today is for contempt for your failure to pay child support as ordered by the court. You can either admit responsibility for failing to pay support, or you can deny responsibility, in which case the court will proceed here with the hearing today. The maximum penalty you could face, because this would be your first finding of contempt, would be up to 45 days in jail. Do you understand that?
I do understand that I was illegally silenced. You guys put a paper in the mail, and I do know that this is being watched right now by a higher power. So they see everything that's being done to me illegally. And I do understand that you guys cut my communication. You told me I'm not allowed to call you. You said I'm not allowed to contact you. I'm not allowed to come on your property. Therefore, how am I supposed to address an issue? My father passed away 2 months ago. I've had a hard year. You guys cost me my amazing job. I had an amazing job. And my job got tampered because you guys were harassing me, coming to all of my boss's properties and houses and everything else. And I feel that what's being done to me is entrapment, because on a recorded line, I called immediately the next day. If I purposely missed court, I would not have notified you the next day to let you know that I made an honest mistake, that I read my paper wrong, and that I was hoping that we could reschedule it and resolve the issue. And then the matter of fact, that court date was because I was ordered to find a job, and it was a follow-up for me to show you that my job history and everything else. And I made an honest mistake, and I've seen my kids last year. Legally, you guys have not enforced a single order. You've basically told Michaela Bergman that she can do whatever she wants and not have to follow the orders. She doesn't have to do anything. I seen my kids for less than 30 hours last year. Not one time. I tried to notify you guys over a year ago that my supervisors were not working, that they got new jobs and they had new family issues. You guys continued to ignore when I notified you and let you know that the supervisors weren't working. Therefore, me and my children have been put through psychological abuse for an entire year because we have no contact, because you're putting my children in the care of somebody that has been told that she doesn't have to follow court orders, that she can do whatever she wants. And that's not how a court order works. As a matter of fact, she had 37 parenting time violations, and you guys turned around and threw them out like it's no big deal. I am very well aware that you guys have violated your own state laws, and you violated the federal laws in the court of my case. And I am very well aware that you guys have stepped on almost every single one of my constitutional rights that are possible, amongst many other people are aware. My case has been handled illegally from day one all the way back to the first, and I'm a victim of judicial abuse, and it will come to a light.
Okay. Are you contesting that you have failed to pay child support as ordered by the court or not?
Actually, I'm not contesting that I have failed to pay child support, because you guys are saying that I did, but you guys, I have papers, and so
Thank you. I'm gonna mute you at this point because I need to go forward with the hearing here. So, Mr. Hassel, based on your admission here on the record today that you have knowingly failed to pay child support, the court finds that you are in contempt. The court will order that you serve 45 days in the Otsego County Jail. Ms. Krause, is there any credit for time served? Do you know when Mr. Hassel was arrested on this warrant?
Based on the information I received, it appears that the paperwork was sent here approximately 11 o'clock this morning, so I believe earlier today.
Okay, so I'll grant 1 day credit. And Ms. Krause, as of November 4th, the purge amount was the $5,890 plus $100 court costs. Would that still be the purge amount for Mr. Hassel to be released?
Well, based on it's been almost 13 months, would it be appropriate for me to input that amount, if you wouldn't mind?
Yes. While we're waiting for that, I do want to state for the record that I'm muting Mr. Hassel. We've got a well-documented history of Mr. Hassel making unfounded claims, such as he's made here on the record today, of harassing court staff, which is why the court did issue an order preventing him from having certain types of contact. That order is a matter of public record. Mr. Hassel was given a copy of that. Every hearing has been a matter of public record. And so the court number one, disagrees that Mr. Hassel's rights have in any way been violated or the court hasn't followed appropriate procedures. To the extent that he feels that the court hasn't, he's fully within his rights to challenge any one of those things. Again, everything's either on the record, transcripts can be made or documented. Mr. Hassel, other than making these kind of claims, has not done anything to in any way challenge any of the orders or actions of the court, other than making the kind of claims that he's made. I'm muting him specifically because number one, I need to be able to conduct this hearing, and I don't think he'll stop talking long enough for me to do that. And number two, I think he's doing that for the sole purpose of trying to disrupt this hearing. So anyway, I need to make a record of that since I allowed him to make his record. Ms. Kraus, the purge amount?
The purge amount based on the current arrears balance would be $8,325 plus an additional $100 in court costs.
Okay, so the court is going to order that Mr. Hassel be remanded for a period of 45 days. He can be released at any time upon payment of that amount, as stated by Ms. Kraus. And then Ms. Kraus, how did you want to proceed going forward?
Upon his release, we could potentially, he could contact our office in writing and request that he indicate any type of employment, as we have done, because there is records of email and letter communications from him in regards to that, but we would just monitor things upon his release and then set it appropriately upon his release after that date in front of the referee.
Okay, and then I'm just going to ask that you send another copy of the order that was issued regarding the type of contacts that Mr. Hassel can have with front of the court in light of his previous harassing conduct, just so that he's got another copy of that so that he can be aware of what he's allowed to do and what he's not allowed to do.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. That's all for this hearing today.